Hello everyone, long time no battle. How have you guys been? Well, to start off, I've been great. I graduated in July, got my master's, enjoyed a well-deserved holiday, and now I'm back to bring you a new season of Pokemon Wi-Fi battles. As you saw by the intro, I'll be mainly playing Pokemon Black and White 2 from now on, because most of my OU teams are on there. But occasionally you can expect a Black and White 1 battle, which mainly contain lower tiered matches. So this was a match against Mr. Smith I met at Smogon through the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. And this is like an OU match, but with a mix of some lower tiered Pokemon. So I'm pretty sure that you'll enjoy this match. So let's get started, shall we? As you can see here, the battle layout changed completely. Plus, I'll be using a layout of my own with my Pokemon and my opponent's team's Pokemon, so it's easier for you to follow my predictions and such. He's gonna start off with Hexorus. Hexorus having Mold Breaker, nothing has changed in Black and White 2. He still has it, which means that he can my Pokemon with Levitate with an Earthquake, for example. I'm gonna start off with my Abomasnow, but because this isn't a fairly good matchup and I don't want to lose my Abomasnow this early in the game, I'm just gonna switch out into my Amoonguss. And Amoonguss is a great Pokemon in this team. It serves as a specially defensive wall, but as you see, his physical dual chop, which is a dragon type move, so being stab, is going to do a buttload to my Amoonguss. So I of course don't want to have that. I'm just gonna let my Amoonguss recover up with his leftovers. In these first series of battles I use leftovers. Later on I'm using Black Sludge. Not really sure what thing I prefer, leftovers or Black Sludge, but maybe I'll know my answer in the future. Anyways, I saw that he is probably scarfed or banded in some way because he didn't get any Life Orb recoil damage and he only got hit by the hail. So I'm just gonna switch into my Heatran, knowing that Dual Chop is not going to do that much of damage since my Heatran is a defensively orientated Heatran. So he's probably gonna switch out, and this is just fine by me. I'm just really curious in what he's going to go into, and he's gonna go into Tyranitar to render my hail useless and get his special defense boost, because yeah, that's basically what Tyranitar is all about. Expecting him to switch out, I'm just gonna go for my Stealthrox because after seeing his team, I knew that there were some Pokemon that would not benefit from having Stealthrox up on the field, so I'm feeling quite safe setting them up right now. I'm going to switch out my Heatran because I obviously don't want him to die this early due to an Earthquake coming from this T-Tar, so I'm just gonna switch out into Latios. That not being such a good move, because actually I thought he was going to go for an Earthquake and not for a Stealthrox. Most of the days you don't often see Tyranitars carrying Stealthrox anymore. You mostly see them carrying a Choice Band, Choice Scarf, or yeah, maybe some Tyrannoboas subbing up using Focus Punch and using some elemental moves like Ice Beam and Fire Blast. But that doesn't happen here. This guy completely caught me off guard and he's gonna go for a crunch right now. Luckily I switched out my Latias, otherwise it would have been a painful situation for me since I don't want to lose Latias this early in the game. So I'm just gonna switch out in Amoonguss. Now I just want to scout out what kind of T-Tar this is, and yeah, now it's really clear to me. This T-Tar is probably carrying leftovers, has Ice Beam, Crunch, Stealth Rocks, and probably a Fire type move. But I want to check that out right now. Just gonna go into my Abomasnow, render his Sandstream useless, getting up my Hail again, which yeah is totally beneficial for me. And I'm gonna go for Protect because I really want to scout if he has a Fire Blast or Flamethrower. I'm not sure what he can carry, but he has a Fire Blast, so that's fine by me. Now I know his 4 types of moves. It's Stealth Rocks, Crunch, Ice Beam, and Fire Blast. So that basically means that I've got this Tyranitar completely puzzled out. Now he's probably going to either go for another Fire Blast or switch out, but I'm not going to take the risk, so I'm going to switch out of my own. And I'm going to go into my Flamazin, my Heatran, hoping that it will go for another Fire Blast. And since my Abomasnow is yeah, never mind. I just wanted to say something stupid there. It was a long holiday for me as well, so narrating is kind of hard right now, but I'll get into it again. He's gonna switch out into Conkeldurr, probably expecting me to switch out into Heatran so he can threaten me with Stab, Drain Punch, and Mach Punch. So that is a thing I really don't like at all. So I'm probably going to switch out because this is a bad matchup for me, and he can just go and bulk up all day or drain punch or mac punch me. So I'm just gonna switch out, go into my defensive wall, which is my Starmie, as you can see from the team preview and from the layout. He's gonna go for a bulk up, and like I said, this was the first time battling with this team in Pokemon Black and White 2, so this was actually my very first battle, and I didn't really have a damage calculator in my neighborhood. So I was just thinking, okay, this time is packed with Surf, not Scald, because I don't want to hit Conkeldurr with Scald, because yeah, Burn would activate his Guts ability, and that is something I don't want at all. So I'm just gonna go into the Starmie and go for a Psychic, because I thought, yeah, Conkeldurr's special defense is pretty bad, and I thought that a Stab Psychic coming from my Starmie would be able to finish him off in one hit, but unfortunately that doesn't matter, so that's kinda bad for me. He's gonna go for a payback, meaning that the power of payback is double since I hit him first, and Starmie is not going to take that with relative ease. Luckily for me, Conkeldurr is now with a range where I'm able to finish him off with another Pokemon, meaning that I can revenge kill him. So I'm just gonna go out into my Latios. And yeah, here we have it. Latios is in a range where Dragon Pulse is going to be able to finish him off. So I'm just gonna go straight for it. No subbing, no Calm Mind, nothing. I'm not gonna do anything stupid here. I get a critical hit, but I think it didn't matter because he was at a low amount of health, 15, maybe 20% of his original health. And I think, yeah, one Dragon Pulse would have been able to finish him off anyway. So I'm just gonna get hit by Hail, and then I'm gonna recover by my leftovers. Well, he's gonna switch back into T-Tar. And at this point I was kinda scared because Sandstorm, yeah, the damage would rack up, even though Hail racked up at my Latias as well. And here I was really fearing that this guy would pursue trap me and kill me, but he's not going to do that. So he's not going to go for an Earthquake either because it wouldn't have done anything on my Latios. So I'm just gonna switch out into my Heatran while he crunches me. And now I just have to hope that I'll outspeed this T-Tar so I can get some good damage on him. And by the looks of leftovers, it seems that way, that I'm going to outspeed him. So he's gonna know that I will outspeed him, so I'm just gonna so he's gonna switch out, which is the logical move to do, and he's gonna switch out into Gliscor. Gliscor being a pain in my butt, because yeah, Gliscor is a defensive wall that you can't get rid of really easily. And he's fast as hell, so you really need to check for Gliscor on every team nowadays, because I narrate this battle after playing a couple of Wi-Fi battles on the internet, and Gliscor is very, very common. I also checked like the PO data they have on Smogon, and Gliscor was like top 6, I guess, so it's insane how it goes. I'm just gonna go into Latias hoping that this Gliscor doesn't have Ice Fang. If he doesn't, then I'm pretty much safe. So I'm just gonna sub up, I guess, because this battle was a while ago, so I can't really remember precisely what I did. But subbing up would have been the correct move. He's gonna switch out into Jirachi, and yeah, subbing up is just great because that means he wouldn't be able to use Trick on me. But I just go for a Calm Mind straight off the bat. Not really sure why I did there. Probably thinking that after a Calm Mind, if Tyranitar doesn't have any special defense investment, it might have been a 2-3 hit KO. I'm not really sure about that, but I'm pretty sure I did some damage calculations at this point, so maybe it was because of that. Sorry, I have to leave you. I can't really answer that. So now I'm gonna go for a sub because he's probably going to Body Slam or Iron Hand me, and knowing those two don't do much of damage to me, I know I'm pretty much safe behind the sub. So like I said, gonna sub up. He gets critical hit, which is unfortunate for me, but I know that if he doesn't get a critical hit, I did that by running damage calculations, and I'm pretty sure that he's not gonna break my sub, and then I'll be able to Calm Mind up. And if I get 3 Calm Minds up behind the sub, then things are looking perfect for me. He's gonna switch out into Hexorus. I have a feeling that this Hexorus is choice banded by the damage Double Chop did to my Tyranitar, so I'm just gonna go for a substitute and see if he is choice banded at all. No, I'm sorry. On Switch, I'm just gonna sub up. And like I said, I have a prediction that he is choice banded because of the damage it did with using dual chop. So that means I'm behind the sub, plus one Calm Mind, and I can go with Dragon Pulse. So that is definitely going to finish off this Hexerus at that amount of health. And even if he was at full health, it would have been a one-hit KO because, yeah, it's super effective damage, you guys. Anyway, Hexerus dies. I'm still hiding behind my sub with a boost in special attack and special defense, so things are actually looking great for me. But at the end, I was really thinking, why did he switch into Hexerus at this time of the game? I really didn't know. But now he's gonna switch out into Alakazam. Alakazam is like a huge threat in Black and White 2 because with Life Orb, with Magikarp, this guy has the potential to do a lot of damage. Anyway, I'm just gonna go for Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse is going to do a huge chunk of damage to him, but it's not going to finish him off, and Sandstorm isn't going to hit him due to the Magikarp. So I'm kind of into trouble. If I don't manage to take out this Alakazam, I'm just doomed for. I'm gonna switch out because I don't want my guy here to die to a Shadow Ball, because I have a feeling that Latias can be a game winner here. So I'm just gonna switch into Heatran, and he's gonna Shadow Ball as predicted, but because this Heatran is calm and fully invested in special defense, even a Shadow Ball is not going to kill me or not going to even do like 100 hit points of damage to me. So Heatran is just awesome. He's gonna go for a Focus Blast, and this was a game-changing move, you guys. I dodged it. And really, I wasn't hoping of dodging the Focus Blast. I was maybe predicting him to switch out, and if that happened, I would have roared him out, getting some Stealth Rock damage on something else. But yeah, this was just unpredictable for me. Anyway, now things are looking quite good because Zerachi is really no matchup for my Heatran. And I think he's kind of down right now because, yeah, he kept going for a Body Slam, and I think he was hoping to like Parahax me, Paraflinch me, or whatever it's called, the old Jirachi set with Serene Grace, which works just fine, but never worked out for me, so I'm gonna go for a Fire Blast, and it's gonna burn him, and that is just fabulous for me, because this way, his Iron Head slash Body Slam are not going to do a thing against my Heatran. So yeah, we're both having some after turns effect right now, and he's just gonna get burned to death. So it would have been awesome if I got up my Hail here, because then Burn and Hail would rack up so badly. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep Fire Blasting all the way. He went for a Wish, and here some game mechanics screwed up my mind, because I thought that when a Pokemon wishes and gets killed on the turn he uses Wish, Wish won't come through on an incoming Pokemon. So that was kind of strange for me, but as you will see, 2 Yogurts will get his wish come true. He's gonna go for a Focus Blast now, and this time it's gonna hit, so luckily for him, otherwise I would have pulled out all of my hairs, you know what I'm saying. And yeah, Focus Blast is just gonna wreck me. At a time I was hoping maybe I have a slim chance of surviving it, but yeah, no way guys. Anyway, because Alakazam has, yeah, low stats in HP, he's gonna get healed up completely. And now my task is to get as much as damage on this Alakazam as possible, so I can come in with Mamoswine and revenge kill him, and maybe sweep the rest of his team. Because as you can see from the team preview, the rest of the Pokemon are sweepable with Mamoswine, so things are looking good for me. So I'm just gonna go for an Ice Shard. Because his defensive statistics aren't that great, he's just gonna get a huge chunk of damage over him. I'm just gonna die, because yeah, it's the way of living. Trees won't live against a Psychic type Pokemon. And now I'm gonna switch out into my Mamoswine. And Mamoswine won't be able to outspeed Alakazam at all, but Life Orb, Ice Shard, if you saw how much damage that did coming from a Abomasnow, I have a feeling that the attack coming from a Mamoswine will be able to be enough to finish off this Alakazam. So, Alakazam is down. I think he has like 2 Pokemon left or so. He's gonna switch into T-Tar, and here I was thinking, should I go for the superpower or for the earthquake? And after Stealth Rocks, it's very tempting to go for an earthquake. And I did some damage calculations, and Smogon's damage calculator said that a life orbed earthquake would be able to do like 80 to 90% of damage. So it would be like tossing a coin. Will he die? Yes or no? And it's yes, so that's great for me. 2-0 for Mamoswine at this point. And he's, yeah, sweeping like hell. The Pokemon he has now on his team is Gliscor. And I'm thinking that an Ice Shard would be able to be enough to finish him off. So I'm figuring, yeah, just let's go for it and see how much damage it does to Gliscor, because most of them are impish nature, and if they are, then it's not going to be enough, I guess. But it brings him to red, and that is just amazing. And he's gonna go for an earthquake, and I have a bad feeling about this. I don't think I'm gonna be able to survive it if he has some investment in attack, but he gets a critical hit, so it doesn't matter anyway. And my Mamoswine dies after taking down 2 Pokemon, nearly taking down 3, what would have been 50% of his team. So that's just amazing. And now I know that Gliscor is his last Pokemon, so Dragon Pulse would be able to finish him off, and then the game would be mine. So, but I misclicked and I went for Recover, so that's kind of bad. And I didn't really want this, because if he has Ice Fang, I might get in trouble. And he does have the Ice Fang. But I'm like, okay, see, I live it, no problem. But he gets the Freeze Hex. And that is just one of the baddest things that could have happened for me. So if I don't taunt on the next 2 turns, that means the game is going to be lost because I misclicked on Recover. So I'm just crossing my fingers right now that I taunt, and I do. Dragon Pulse him all the way, and that's going to be a dead Gliscor. So his HP is going down, and that was an awesome game, Mr. Smith. This was my first game I had in the Black and White 2 metagame. Not that a lot of change, because this guy was actually losing a Black and White 1 cartridge. But yeah, it was fun, a lot of fun. And from now on, my question of the day will always resolve about the battle. And yeah, which Pokemon of my team did you think was MVP of this match? In my humble opinion, it was Mamoswine. But what is your opinion? The person who gets it right, or the Pokemon that gets the most voice, the Pokemon that gets most of the votes, will be given away to one of the people who commented to this video. So in my opinion, it was Mamoswine. Your opinion can vary, but yeah, the Pokemon that is mentioned the most will be given away really soon to one of the people that responded to this video. So please reply to this video. I will randomly select someone from the people that commented to it, and yeah, I will PM this guy and he will get that Pokemon. So I hope you enjoyed the game. Please leave a like to this video, I need them. And yeah, see you in my next upload, guys. Bye bye.